Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Smart Engineer. My name is Pooja Subhash Rao Deshmukh from International Center of Excellence in Engineering and Management College Aurangabad. Today we are going to discuss on the topic is multiple access techniques for wireless communications. In this chapter, we are going to discuss the introduction of multiple access schemes, FDMA technique, CDMA technique, TDMA technique and SDMA technique. Also, for this, we know that the TDD, FDD and other techniques. Now, first we will see the introduction of multiple access schemes. In any cellular system or cellular technology, it is necessary to have a scheme that enable several multiple users to gain access to it and use it simultaneously. There are four main multiple access schemes that are used in cellular systems, ranging from the first analogy cellular technologies to those cellular technologies that are being developed for use in the future. The multiple access schemes are known as FDMA, TDMA, CDMA and SDMA. There are number of requirements that any multiple access scheme must be able to meet. That is, ability to handle several users without mutual interference and ability to be able to maximize the spectrum efficiency. Also must be a robust enabling ease of handover between cells. Now let us have an overview of multiple access schemes for wireless communication. Before that, we are going to discuss the basic concepts in multiple access schemes. The first one is the FDD. FDD is a frequency division duplexing. Figure of FDD is as shown is there, in which reverse channel, forward channel and the gap between is the frequency separation. For this, two bands of frequencies for every user. Forward band and reverse band duplexer is needed for frequency division duplexing. Frequency separation between forward band and reverse band is constant. Therefore, the frequency separation is separated by reverse channel or forward channel. Next one is the TDD. TDD is the time division duplexing. The figure shows that reverse channel and forward channel separated by the time separation band. It uses time for forward and reverse link. Multiple users share a single radio channel in this technique. Also, forward time slot, reverse time slot and having no duplexer is needed for the time division duplexing. Now, multiple access techniques. FDMA is a frequency division multiple access. TDMA is the time division multiple access. And CDMA is the code division multiple access. SDMA is a space division multiple access. It is grouped as a narrowband system and wideband systems. These are the multiple access techniques in use. Cellular system is the AMPS and the multiple access used for this is the FDMA or FDD. For GSM, that is global system for mobile, is the TDMA or FDD. digital cellular, that is USDC, multiple access technique used is the TDMA FDD. Also, DECT is a digital European cordless telephone. Multiple access scheme used for this is the FDMA and TDD. US narrowband spread spectrum, that is IS-95, multiple access technique used is the CDMA FDD. Now, first one is the frequency division multiple access. The frequency division multiple access FDMA channel access scheme is based on the frequency division multiplexing, that is FDM scheme. which provide different frequency bands to different data streams. FDM is inherently an analog technology which achieves the combining of several signals into one medium by sending the signals in several distinct frequency ranges. FDMA gives users an individual allocation of one or several frequency bands or channels. An example of FDMA system were first generation cell phone systems, where each phone call was assigned to a specific uplink frequency channel and another downlink frequency channel. In this figure, we shows that there are number of channels per time slot. That is, FDMA can be used with both analog and digital signal. FDMA is not vulnerable to the timing problems that TDMA has due to the frequency filtering. FDMA is not sensitive to near-far problem, which is pronounced for CDMA. FDMA systems are least efficient cellular system since each analog channel can only be used by one user at a time. Not only are these channels larger than necessary given modern digital voice compression. An advanced form of FDMA is the orthogonal frequency division multiple access, that is OFDMA. For example, used in 4G cellular communication system. In OFDMA, each node may use several subcarrier, making it possible to provide different quality of service to different users. Now, we will see the number of channels in FDMA system. This is the equation, that is N is equals to BT minus B guard divided by BC, where N is the number of channels and BT is the total spectrum allocation and B guard is the guard band and BC is the channel bandwidth. Now, next one is the TDMA scheme. TDMA is the time division multiple access. TDMA is a digital technique that divides a single channel or band into time slots. It is a channel access method for shared medium networks which allows several users to share the same frequency channel by dividing the signal into different time slots. Now, tuning into a certain frequency is not necessary. That is, the receiver can stay at the same frequency the whole time. The users transmit in rapid succession. TDMA is used in digital, that is 2G cellular systems, such as global system for mobile communication, that is GSM, IS-136, PDC, personal digital cellular, and IDEN, and in the digital enhanced cordless telecommunications, that is DECT standard for portable phones. This is the figure of TDMA scheme, in which there are number of channels per frequency slot. Now, this is the repeating frame structure for TDMA system. The frame is cyclically repeated over time. Within each room, everyone takes turns talking to prevent interference. Within each room, one person is talking at once, so they must talk fast to say everything. Now, features of TDMA. A single carrier frequency for several users. Transmission in bursts low. Battery consumption is low and handoff process much simpler. where FDD is a switch instead of duplexer. Very high transmission rate and high synchronization overhead. Guard slots also necessary for TDMA system. Number of channels in a TDMA system. Now, n is equals to m into BTOT minus 2 into B guard divided by BC. This is the equation for number of channels in a TDMA system, where n is the number of channels and m is the number of TDMA users per radio channel, where BTOT is a total spectrum allocation, B guard is the guard band and BC is the channel bandwidth. Now, efficiency of TDMA. Percentage of transmitted data that contain information, frame efficiency F, usually end user efficiency is greater than UF. Because of source and channel coding, how get HF. Now, next one is the CDMA system. CDMA is a spread spectrum technology allowing many users to occupy the same time and frequency allocations in a given band or space. As its name implies, CDMA assigns unique codes to each communication to differentiate it from others in the same spectrum. CDMA is a multiple access scheme in which several transmitters can send information simultaneously over a single communication channel. It uses spatial random numbers, that is pseudo-random numbers, to encode bits of information. This is called a PN sequence. To understand concept, let us consider that there are 10 people in a room. 5 speak English, 2 speak Spanish, 2 speak Chinese and 1 speaks Russian. Everyone is talking at relatively the same time over the same medium, the air, with the same frequency. That means the information is sent is first converted into coded form and then sent over a common channel at the same time with same frequency. Now we will see the CDMA for direct sequence spread spectrum. The working of CDMA takes an entirely different approach from TDMA and FDMA. CDMA, after digitizing data, spreads it out over the entire available bandwidth. Multiple calls are overlaid on each other on the channel. With each assigned a unique sequence code, CDMA is a form of spread spectrum, which simply data is sent in small pieces over a number of discrete frequencies available for use at any time in the specified range. There are 3 types of spread spectrum techniques. First one is the frequency hopping, second one is the time hopping, and third one is the direct sequence. For CDMA system, there is direct sequence technique is used. Now we will see the CDMA code example. The main problem is finding good codes at separating the signal from the noise generated by the other signals of the environment. These codes are designed to never interfere with any other codes to a very high probability. The base station does have to be smart enough to recognize between voice traffic and noise. The cross correlation of 2 different codes should be as small as possible in order for code to be called the good code. It should exhibit autocorrelation property. which is that the correlation of a code with time delayed version of itself. In order to reject multipath interference, this function should equal 0 for any time delay other than 0. The codes should be orthogonal to each others. The receiver uses cross correlation to separate the appropriate signal from signal meant for other receivers, and autocorrelation to reject multipath interference. A code is said to be autocorrelated where inner product with itself is large, that is nearer to 0. Two vectors are called orthogonal and only if product is 0. Example, code is +1 -1 +1 +1 -1 +1 +1 +1 -1 -1 -1. Inner product is what? +1 +1 +1 +1 up to +11, which is not nearer to 0. Therefore, the given code is autocorrelated. Now, next one is the SDMA. SDMA is a space division multiple access. SDMA is used for allocating a separated space to users in wireless networks. SDMA uses physical separation method that permit the sharing of wireless channels. For a single channel may be used simultaneously if the users are spaced for enough from one another to avoid interference. This is known as frequency reuse. The method is widely used in cellular radio system. Cell sites are spaced from one another to minimize interference. In addition to spacing, directional antennas are used to avoid interference. Most cell sites use the 3 antennas to create 120-degree sectors that allow frequency sharing. There is reverse link problem in SDMA. This is the general problem which different propagation path from user to base. Dynamically, control of transmitting power from each user to the base station is required. There is limits by battery consumption of subscriber units. Also possible solution is a filter for each. Now the solution of SDMA is the adaptive antennas promise to mitigate reverse link problems. Limiting case of infinitesimal beam width. Limiting case of infinitely fast track ability. Thereby unique channel that is free from interference. All users communicate at same time. According to that, we can solute by this problem. A typical application involves assigning an optimal base station to a mobile phone user. The mobile phone may receive several base stations with different quality. Using SDM, obvious problems arise if 2 or more channels were established within the same space. For example, if several radio stations want to broadcast in the same city. Now, what is the capacity of SDMA system? 1 beam for each user. Base station tracks each user as it moves. Also, adaptive antennas most powerful form beam pattern in GB has maximum gain in the direction of desired user. Beam is formed by n element adaptive array antenna. GG is the steered in the horizontal plane through 360 degree. G has no variation in the elevation plane to account which are near to and far from the base station. Following picture shows a 60-degree beam width with 6 dB slide slope level. This is the capacity of SDMA system diagram having x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Reverse link received signal power from desired mobiles is PR in 0. Interfering users I is equals to 1 to k minus 1 having received power, that is PRI. Average total interference power, that is I, seen by a single desired user. This is the equation of capacity of SDMA system. I is equals to E in bracket Ig in bracket I of I is equals to 1 to k minus 1 PRI, where Ci is the direction of the ith user in the horizontal plane and E is the expectation operator. Now, capacity of SDMA system in case of perfect power control received power from each user is the same. For that, equation is the PR is equals to I is equals to PC. Average interference power seen by user 0 is the I is equals to PCE in bracket I is equals to 1 to k minus 1 G into I. Now, users independently and identically distributed throughout the cell. Equation for this is the I is equals to PC into k minus 1 into 1 divided by D, where D is the directivity of the antenna given by maximum GB. D type is the 3 dB to 10 dB. Average bit error rate PB for user 0. PB is equals to Q in bracket under root of 3dn divided by k minus 1. This is the equation for average bit error, where D is the directivity of the antenna, Q of x is the standard Q function, N is the spreading factor, K is the number of users in a cell. This is the diagram of SDMA system having average bearer and number of users per cell. N is equals to 2, N is equals to 3, N is equals to 4. The lines are shown here up to minus 10 raised to minus 5 to 10 and having 100 to 500. Now, the disadvantages of SDMA is the perfect adaptive antenna system, infinitely large antenna needed and compromise needed in the SDMA system. Thank you.